Let's go! Woo! Habs win against the Florida Panthers. Let's go. 3-1 at Montreal against the Stanley Cup champions. What a game. What a game. What an environment. The Bell Center was nuts. Just watching from the TV, I felt honored to have watched that because everyone was losing their minds after the Dvorak goal. It was just non-stop waves just going around the Bell Center, and like that energy transmitted to the players, to people just on the TV. It was crazy. It was nuts. And amazing game. What a game to watch. 1 point away from the playoffs as New York was playing Columbus. So one of those two was going to get 2 points no matter what. So we're 1 point away. We're right there. We're right there once again. It's going to be difficult. Ottawa has been playing really well, and then they're our next game on Tuesday. So yeah, if we win that, I think we put ourselves in a good position, right? So all the games we have left in the season, I've been saying this for a while, but all the games we have left are win or die, right? And it's nice because I keep saying that, and we still are in the same situation of every game is win or die. So we haven't died yet, right? we're still in the mix, like they love to say. So what a game! I was gonna say right off the bat, I'm always very critical of a couple players for their lack of abilities in the offensive zone or the defensive side. I'm always very critical of Dvorak and his offensive impact. He was really good yesterday offensively. He was buzzing, he was fast. Sometimes he was moving so fast, so I thought it was Slavkovsky just going, because Slav is pretty fast like that. And then I realized it's Dvorak. The 28 and 20 always... I always have to look twice to see who it is. Anyways, Dvorak surprised me offensively yesterday. He gets a goal for his 100th goal in the NHL, so huge mark right there. The goal itself wasn't like much on Dvorak, but goal aside, I think he was very good offensively. And I'm always very critical of Linus' defensive capabilities, and honestly, he was fairly good defensively yesterday. He was not a superstar defensively, he never will be, but he wasn't a liability. He was put there, and that line, the New Hook, Line, and Wire line, played all the way till the end. Most of the other games, when they're not playing well defensively, that line doesn't see a lot of ice time during the third period. So we were 1 goal ahead, and they were still seeing ice time. I was surprised, and they were playing well. They were generating their chances, and on the defensive zone, they were responsible. So kudos to them. Honestly, it was good to see. Hopefully Laine can keep that energy on the defensive side as well. Usually he lacks that a little bit, and he was very energetic yesterday. Beautiful goal in the power play. They showed multiple replays. I couldn't see the puck at any of them. The puck just, you hear the bar ringing and it's inside. It has a crazy shot. Hudson with another assist. He keeps improving, and all the records from all these NHL superstars of the 80s and 90s are within reach for him, which is nuts to say. So yeah, every assist is gonna count. It's gonna be great. Another assist for Slavkovsky, and another goal for Caulfield, who keeps on improving his goal record. So everyone, our first line keeps on being dominant. I think they had a pretty good game against a good defensive team on the Florida Panthers. Yes, they didn't have Tkachuk. Yes, they didn't have Ekblad. Yes, they didn't have Marchand. But they still had Barkov. They still have Reinhardt. They still have all these other guys that I'm gonna forget, but they're good. Bennett, you know, they're very good players. So to play a game like we played yesterday against that kind of team, we deserve that. We deserve to be rewarded with that win, honestly. I was gonna say that it was one of the best games for the Habs, but honestly, I think they played better on other points of the season. But I will say, the Florida Panthers did not have a good game. I don't know if it was something Montreal was doing to them, if it was the pressure or something, but they did not have a good game. They were having a lot of giveaways. And the thing is, Montreal, we capitalize on their mistakes. A lot of times when we play against teams that are not good, we don't capitalize on their mistakes. So it was a good game for the Habs because we capitalized on every mistake the Florida Panthers were doing. They had multiple giveaways, and all of them led to scoring chances. 2 of them led to goals. Both Caulfield and Dvorak's goal were straight from a giveaway. In Dvorak's case, it was Bennett that threw it right into Savard's stick, and Savard just put it on the net, and Dvorak deflected it. On the Caulfield goal, I don't remember who it was from Florida, but it ends up on Slavkovsky's stick, and he gives a nice pass to Caulfield, who does a great move and puts it past Bobrovsky. Both giveaways, and we capitalize. And we also capitalize on them not playing their game, honestly. Like, they are touted fairly often as one of the teams that are very hard on the forecheck and that they don't allow you to play with the puck. They dump it in, they chase it hard, they use their forwards to forecheck, and then their defense pushes up. Their defense push up. There you go, and they keep the puck away from you. They keep the puck in your zone. They rotate it, and they don't generate a lot of scoring chances, but they put it on the net, and they rely on the rebound. They have big bodies in front, and eventually they go in. Excuse me. So they get a lot of shots on goal in the games, or what, from what I've seen or from what I've read. They get a lot of shots on goal, and they have a lot of offensive zone time, and they're hard on the forecheck. What happened yesterday? Somehow, I don't know if it was because they were not playing good or because of the Habs outplayed them, they were not able to keep the puck in our zone. We were hard on the boards. We made it difficult for their forecheckers to get the puck. Whenever needed, we would flick it and send someone fast, so their defense couldn't just push up so much. They needed to fall back, because otherwise you give them you have Montreal having a rush chance, right? We have fast guys, and so their defense couldn't push up too much because of the risk or the threat of the flick play, and their forwards were not able to forecheck hard to outplay our defense. Our defense was really good, absorbing the hits and having support, sending the puck out to one of our forwards that would send it up the other way. Also, the first period, we were like very high percentage on the I'm forgetting the word on the point, the face-off. There you go, face-off. Yeah, we were very good on the face-off, so we had a lot of puck possession the whole first period. The first period was amazing for us. The second period, obviously, Florida needed to come back, and they're a good team, so they're gonna come back hard, and they tried to. They tried. They get one. By the way, what an interference by Bennett. I don't know what's allowed, what the rule says, but that sure looked like he just runs into Matheson, who's who is on the player carrying the puck, and then the guy just is all alone and shoots it past Montembeault. I mean, kudos to Bennett for knowing how to play dirty like that. I was losing my mind. And then, to make things worse, I was losing my mind when we have the power play, and it's Heineman who's standing still at the blue line, and one of the Florida Panthers is going backwards and trips on the pylon that is that is Heineman, meaning standing still, and somehow he gets an interference call. And that's interference, and the one that Bennett runs into Matheson that doesn't have the puck and allows for a goal for Florida is not interference somehow. I was so ready to lose my shit if Florida had scored either at the end of the second, which was when they got that penalty, or at the start of the third, because they started the third on the power play with like a minute and a half left. And they have a good power play. They're one of the best power plays on the road. Yeah, you don't want to give them any power plays. You don't want to take any penalties. And somehow the refs called that. Heineman standing still. Other than that, we were fairly clean. We were fairly good with penalties. Like, we didn't take many. We gave them one at the end, I think. I forget who it was, but I think they had 2 penalty power plays, and one of them was Heineman's, which, yeah, I'm so glad we killed that one. Our penalty kill obviously comes in clutch. Yeah, they show up. Evans, Armia, and Heineman are playing okay for a fourth line, but they're not playing as well as they were in January. I don't know what's going on there. I really want them to play as well as they were, because they were a threat. They were used so much, and we pretty much had 4 lines that were rolling. Right now, we feel more of a team that relies on our first line, that has 2 support lines, and then we have a 4th line that does 4th line things. So not the same system that we had before in January, where we were running 4 lines, like all were having pretty much the same play time. So anyways, yeah, that's I'm gonna keep it short. Not a lot more, honestly. Great game, great effort by the players, by all the players, to keep it tight, to not give any chances. Great environment in the Bell Center. Holy, that was nuts. Hopefully it keeps up like that on Tuesday and for the rest of the home games, because every game is very much could mean a playoff chance or being out of the playoffs. So high stakes, and I know the fans in Montreal like going to the Bell Center when there's high stakes. So I'm looking forward to watching the game on Tuesday against the Senators. Really important game. Could put us in a playoff position if we win. Depends on other stuff too, but it's a step. It's points that we need if we want to make that push. So we need something there. Anyways, it's been great. It's been great watching the Habs play meaningful games mid-March, and I'm enjoying the ride. So I'll leave it there. Don't forget to leave your feedback. Every feedback is appreciated, the positive, the negative, the anything. And yeah, I'll see you after Tuesday's game. Go Habs, go.